Hey folks, the Desert Artist here. I have this cute piece of stone that I really want to show you. It's a piece of gem silica chrysocolla. Now what this is it's a silicate that's been stained with copper. Okay, so it puts a blue tint on it. Let me zoom in here. Alright. Now you see that? Look at that blue going through there. Right? Now if I turn it this way, you can kind of see how deep the color goes, right? Now it goes all the way through. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that yummy? Oh, man. Oh, look at that. I'm going to bring it in to show you what it looks like. Look at that stuff. Man, huh? Isn't that cool? Look at that. Nice, thick, yummy slab of agate material. Now you can see over here, this is the dry, crispy stuff. This is what they call chrysocolla, and it's just a copper ore. It's really brittle. We're going to see if we can cut it into part of the stone, but it may not work. So we're going to see what happens. Let me get it wet for you so you can see what it looks like. Get all that brown water off there. Oh yeah, look at that. Huh? Man. Okay, so see, I got a little bit of wetness left on my finger here. Let me get. Alright, look at that. Huh? Now this is gonna be yummy. So, there we are. Let's see here. Come on, get out of there. Okay. First thing we got to do is we got to shape it. Now shaping it, this is a 100 grit wheel. It's going to take some gnarly stuff off. We don't want to go too much. A lot of people like to use 60 or 80 grit. Some may even go with 40 just to get it down. That's really eating it up too. Let's turn it on. Probably clean the dirt out of this thing. Alright. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take off the rough stuff. See if we can get a basic shape out of just the edge. Then we're going to see what we have left, okay? So we're trying to form either roundness or squareness. Generally, when you cut a stone, you will get, I did not weigh it beforehand. Generally, you're going to get about maybe 50% of the stone after you cut it from its raw state or slab, which is where it was. Anything over 50% is usually pretty good. looks like we're getting a good oval type situation here. We're going to see, it looks a little dry over here on this side. We're going to see if it will cut. I think I'm going to start. Yeah, I'm going to have to go take this down a little bit more. It doesn't look right. Well, that looks okay right there. Even looks a little fat on one end. Looks a little fat right here. Looks a little bit more narrow over here, but that's okay. If you hang it as a drop like that, it will put this as a top focal point, which once again, we're not sure if it's going to work, but we're going to cut it and we're going to find out. So let's get on it. Now what we want to do is we want to go from the edge. We're going to leave the back as it is right now. We want to make sure we don't got to mess with that yet. That's going to be a final thing that we do on the back side there. We bevel that edge all the way around. So we're going to taper in all the way around. We're going to try to, as we taper it, we're going to try to meet everything up in the center. Remember, we start out at the edge, going back and forth. Let's see what we did. So it looks like we got a good one up there going at least a quarter of the way there. So let's go in a little bit deeper. So we should probably see if we can do it. Let's go this way. That way we can see what we're doing, right? So let's go down. Let's go down maybe a quarter of the way to begin our slope, okay? So we're going like this to make sure that we got it even, because we know we have a flat stone. Okay? Now, as we start to turn, we will pick this edge up, and we'll start grinding our way back. And then we'll progress that way. That way we can see what we're doing without being concerned, and trust me, it's easier this way. Unless you have it on a dop stick. But if you're looking at time being the value of production, there's a time motion constant in here somewhere. And that would provide as a variant. Okay, so we have a nice dome starting. We know we're equal across the back side. It looks like 25% is the go-to point. So we're going to go ahead and do that on the other side because we know we want it to be equal, right? We want our dome to be the same if we're going to provide something of tangible worth with the material we have provided. That looks like a good dome right there, and you can see the peak right there. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to grind that peak down to where it's equal all the way around. Remember, we're not worried about the back side yet. We're worried just about, because it's all going to be piecework, right? Okay. So now we got to provide this, go all the way around equal. I'm rolling the stone back and forth to keep the constant rolling. It will slowly grind nice and round dome the back side as you bring it back. When you get about halfway, you want to flip the stone over so you can work it from the other side. Otherwise you start to lose grip on it and it'll slam down into the water. Sometimes it'll break the stone. See, it wears down real quick now. It's some softer material. See where it's a little bit thinner? A little bit thicker over here. We got some edge chipping here. We're going to do a bevel on that. We're not done. We're getting a good shape on it right now. So we're doing it progressively. We got our shape. We're working our dome. And then we're going to expose what flaws that we have in the stone. And work it from there. It's a process, right? Time is the investment. Just like that. Bang! That was a soft one. Okay, let's see what we got. We're going to wipe it down here. Oh, yeah. That looks pretty good. Okay, there's one little flaw right there. You see it? Uh-huh. Little bitty flaw that I need to get down. Otherwise, it looks pretty good. Right? I can probably get to that one with the next wheel. So that's what we're going to do, because it's not very deep. It's just a light scrape there. Looks like a saw cut. And I think I'm going to be able to take it out with our 600 wheel. So now we're moving to our 600 hard. Okay. The water's cold. Woohoo! Man. Okay. Alright. I got this little booby that's sticking out right here. It needs to go. See how it sticks out a little bit like a sore thumb there? Let's see if we can smooth that bad boy down. Okay, we are fine-tuning our roundness here. because this doesn't take as much off. So you're a little bit more able to judge how hard and how long you need to have something on the wheel, because you can see it progressively get eaten. Okay. Now's the point where we cut in our backside and we leave a bevel cut on the back. And keep in mind, you gotta watch certain agates because they're gonna I got cuts on my fingernail right there. You gotta watch that. Boy, it'll eat right through your fingernail before you know it. So, agates are going to be a little bit harder, so they're going to take a little bit more time to carve through to get it all equal. Okay, and then you got to keep in mind of that when you hit your 600 soft. I'm going to work my top over here to see if I can comb it all the way across and then meet it up on the other side. And I'm going to work this last one here nice and lightly because I know it's chrysocolla and it's soft. And it looks like I did it just right. I don't see a whole lot of gnarly scratches in it. Okay. So, now we've gone over it one direction, like mowing a lawn, we want to do it the other direction to make sure we have covered all of the divots and the pivots and the swirls and the curves, if you feel me. So, here we are, we're going to start working from the edge, and we're just going to go back and forth, making sure that we cover every last centimeter of surface. To make sure that we get off all of the gnarly scratches that we had from our 100 wheel. Okay, because now we're making our scratches from 100 scratches to 600 scratches. So, because that's all these are scratches in the material. Okay, that's all that is. Okay, looks like we're coming up with some good shape here. Okay, now we've mowed our lawn going both directions. So now we've got little bitty facets. Because why? Because this is a hard wheel, not a soft wheel. So now we are on our 600 soft wheel. And here on our 600 soft wheel, we will take off the domes that make the little itty bitty facets. I'd show you through a microscope and a camera and all that stuff, but I don't got all that equipment and I don't got all that time. I'm cutting the stone, so you're gonna have to see it right now. So we're just gonna roll it back and forth, right? Same way, we're gonna mow our lawn. We're gonna add a little swirl to it this time, okay? So we can make sure that we get, because all those facets are going to be back and forth, right? We know they're back and forth. putting in a little swirl in it. Oh, man. Yeah, buddy. That's the cat's meow right there now. Okay. Looks like I missed doing the back side over here. So we're going to go back to the 600 and we're going to finish cutting the groove there in the back. Now remember that agate's some hard material. This is going to take maybe more than a pass or two. Yeah, if you feel me. I mean, that's some hard stuff. So you got to make sure you know what you're... Oh, see that dark streak right there? Uh-huh. That was because I had that soft material right there and I started chewed right into it. Alright. So, the color in which you're doing it over here is important to watch. You don't want it to streak up color and then end up eating into your diamond. Okay, looks like we got a good groove going on right there. Alright, now we're cutting into some softer material now. Now watch how I'm going to speed up. Okay. Oh yeah. That looks very smurfy. Okay. Now we're going to finish that edge up a little bit. I still see a little bit of a yee-haw in there, so we're going to take care of it. Okay. Alright, now it looks like, well, you know, this is a pretty creamy piece. I'm going to go ahead and just polish the back of it while I'm here. At least try to get the saw marks out of it. Shows like I had some sort of interest in the stone, which I do, because it's really a yummy piece. Imagine the best piece of yummy chocolate fudge full of nuts and berries, and only it never went away. Yeah. Yeah. That's the good stuff. Uh-huh. This is like a yummy piece of chocolate that never goes away. It's always on your neck. Right? You always get satisfaction from it. Whether you wire wrapped it, or whether you cut it, or whether you found it at a flea market, whatever. It's there. That looks pretty good. Trying to get it dry with wet hands. Okay, yeah, that looks like I did a pretty good job. Okay. I see a couple streaks in there. It looks funky. So I'm going to hit it one more time. I'm going to do a nice roll with the pressure with the slight dome. Okay. I'm working the slight dome towards the inside, towards the half of the stone. Okay. And the only reason why I'm using the edge of the wheel is because I can grab the stone and help roll it with equal pressure. Then I flip the stone and I can do it half the other way. But I got to remember, I got to dome this down, right, to meet up with the part that I had domed down in the center from cutting from the other side. So this is like mowing the lawn, okay? We're doing half and half, and we're doing 2 rows, right? So now that we've done our 2 rows, now we turn the stone like this, and now we roll it back and forth like this to cap off the facet dome, okay? See how that is right there? You see that little blob of dirty water right there? That tells you where you're at. That's right where we want to be. Alright, now we just keep rolling it back and forth. Alright. Oh. Almost got my fingernail. Okay. I think that's got to be good enough. I'm going to trust it right now. Alright, now we're going back to our 600 soft. Splash that water up there. Now we're working strictly on the back right now. We're focusing our attention. We are rotating the stone. But we're going, see where my finger on the back is right here? You see that, how it rolls back and forth? See, that moves the stone. The harder I push, the easier it went into the water. That gives you an idea of how hard you want to push on your stone. Okay? So, I have it down here. I'm using my finger as a fulcrum point, okay, on my lever. Alright? So I'm putting all my attention on that one end, and I'm rolling it to the center. You see how I do that right there? Now, because I don't want the stone to grab, because I'm going over 50% of the stone, right? It would grab and go bang down in the water, and I don't want that. So, we're going to flip it around, and we're going to go, remember, we got the soft stuff here, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to start in the middle of the stone, and we're going to work our way back, nice and easy, right? We know that the center is going to be harder than the end. Always keep in mind the hardness of your stone. Okay, now we rotate it and twist. Okay. Alright. That looks pretty yummy for a back side of a stone now. I'm telling you. Okay. Alright, we got our top side of our stone now. We're back to our top side. Made sure, once again, to make sure we get all of our facets off and nice and round, and we're dancing our stone around. Shaping them contours, right? Alright. Might as well hit the edge of our stone. We don't need to do it hard now, remember. But it does need to be a nice cascading slope that goes down to the bottom of the stone. And we Sure. Yeah, buddy. Alright, make sure we got water on the wheel now. Okay. I think we're rocking and rolling right now. We are really... I'm going to go across the top of that stone one more time just to make sure, because I'm not sure whether I did a good, nice roll over it or not. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Alright, we're up to the real deal here now. We're at 1200 diamond. Soft. Now what we're going to do here, we've got the stone basically shaped and domed, and I still see a little thingy right there, but it's the edge of the stone. It's got to have a bevel on it, a bezel on it somewhere. So what we're going to do is we're going to just roll the stone lightly across. We're going to mow the lawn just like we did before. Okay. Now we're moving over to our 3000. This is the final stuff right here. Then we're going to go over and we're going to buff it, and then we're going to take a look at it. Buff it. I don't care what it looks like, we're just going to buff it. Then we're going to take a look at it. This will dry it off. I ain't got to waste time with
Even compliance.
Drying it off, looking at it for cracks.
They went in, they didn't kill anybody, they didn't beat anybody.
Turn it off. Buff it and get her done.
You know what I'm saying, brother?
Okay, let's see. Oh man, that looks rad right now, I'm telling you. Oh man. Oh, I do see that little mark right there. I didn't get it with the 600 hard. Son of a mother. Okay, well, lesson learned. I gotta go back and fix it. Okay, but I'm not gonna torture you guys with that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show it to you with the mistakes that I made, and I'm gonna finish polishing it because that's the only way I'm really ever gonna be able to see the mistakes that I made. So, you guys are gonna freak when you see this. Oh man. I can feel it all. Oh, bang! I broke a stone about that, doing that. Yeah, I'll show that to you later. You gotta hold on to these bad boys. Well, I'm telling you. Okay. So here we are. We almost have it. Forgot to get the edge of the stone. Almost grabbed it, you see that? Man, praise the Lord. Okay, nice contours in there. I'll show those to you in a minute. Those are gonna be, oh man. Oh boy, the backside just, oh man. Sorry, I just want to make sure I get over this and make it really glassy, you know what I mean? I mean, it's, that one mark on the top. Oh, man, darn it. Yeah, that's the only mark. Oh, no, there's a couple extra scratches there, too. I'll show them to you. It'll be worth it. Okay, I'm going to get the rest of the edge here. I know, it's just as torturous for me as it is for you. Give me a second, I'm almost there. Look at them cracks right there, not cracks, but place where I didn't get her done. Didn't get her done right. Okay. Now, I'm going to go over here. We're going to turn on, let's see. Oh. We're going to see what it weighs over here. Okay. So, we're going to see what it weighs. Now, these other ones, these don't matter if they're on there because it zeroed out at zero with all them weight on there. So, we're putting this on there. It's going to weigh out at 7.3 grams. So that's about 35 carats, somewhere in there. 35, 37 carats, somewhere in there. Anyway, to show you the stone here. You can see where it polished. See that little groove? See that little cut right there? See the cut in the top? That's the one I was going to take out with a 600 grit, and there it is, right there. I didn't roll it enough. Now these are LED lights, so
And you can subscribe to Blaze TV at blazetv.com/Glenn. Promo code is Glenn. Right now, for a special.
Isn't that yummy?
Blaze TV.
Look at this. Yeah. You know, when you can see the contours of the agate in there, that's what I like the best. That just gives it that ultra definition. You know what I mean? Look at that. Wow. Man.
Springfield's Talk 104.1 and Skaggs Heating and Cooling not only want to keep the tradition alive, but pass the high at 52 on Thursday. Partly sunny with a high at 54. Forecast is sponsored by...
Hi folks, Nancy here with Greene County Freight and Food Sales, 3055 West Kearney. And if you're looking for the biggest savings around on all of your grocery items and more, then come shop under the...
Isn't that gorgeous?
We're open 6 days a week to the public.
Man.
It's about
Hi,
this is Cheryl with WCT.
Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching to the end. If you did, if you didn't, well, yeah, you didn't. Doesn't matter to me. Still gonna make content. So, there you are. That was a piece of gem silica. That was from the Ray mine. That stone will probably, it was, what was it, 35-ish carats. So at $10 a carat, it would be $350 at $10 a carat. Now, like anything in this world, it is worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. So,
Hi, this Jim
somebody can only pay me $2 a carat.
People are telling you
That would put it at $70.
it's not free, but believe me, it's worth fighting
Right?
for to keep. Let's
So,
not forget the brave men and
what's your
women
value?
fighting so we
What's
can
your
have
time
a
worth?
friend. God bless
Digging
them.
it out of the
Protect them
mine,
day and night.
cutting
Need a
it,
roof? Call
slabbing it,
831-564-4.
choice material,
Jim, you're
then
dead.
putting it on the wheel,
God bless America.
shaping it.
Good day.
What's your
Now that
investment?
2020 has been flushed from our systems, it's
What's
time
it
to
worth?
flush out the grime, crud, and bad memories from your car as well. Dirty fluids in your car's five
If
major
I
systems
smashed
cause
it on the
unexpected
ground, would you
breakdowns
be
and
sad?
expensive failures. Get a fluid flush today at A1 Custom. To help you
If I
completely
took this
flush
beautiful
2021
stone
we're offering a limited time savings of 20
and smashed it on the ground,
fluid flush. Your car is looking
would you
forward
be
to a good
sad?
start in 2021, just like you are. Offer valid January 11th through 31st.
It's just a thing.
Call 1-888-FARMERS to switch, and you can save
just
an
a
average
thing.
of $470 on your
Now
auto
remember,
insurance. That's a lot of money in just a few minutes.
one
For
day,
savings like that,
I
you
may
could be
smash it with a
lounging on
hammer.
Practical amount of ornate and overpriced throw pillows
One
to
day,
cover your couch.
I
But
might
you
burn a
won't, because
$30,000
you're better off
beanie
with us
baby.
in the first place.
Yeah. I got them too. I got a whole. Let me show you. Might as well. It's the end of the video, right? Oh, yeah.
And donate today.
You ready?
Free people don't ask permission. If you ever wanted to know
You ready?
free,
Look.
ask yourself how
It
much
even
money
says
basically
right
costs
on it,
permission.
Beanie
Say a
Babies.
month. Let's just say a month.
Oh, man.
Oh, you have to ask permission from your state.
Oh, look, there he is,
You're
right there.
Under a piece of cloth. That's unconstitutional.
There he is.
Today at
I'm gonna burn him first.
104.1.
This is Claude. I guess one of the errors was that his name was all in capitals, but as you can see, it's not in capitals.
Which seems like it's more important
It
this year.
it's 1996 edition.
What, 2000? Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
And every year it's always seemed like this kind of far away thing to have to worry about.
Okay. It's let's see. There's his
You think? I mean, it's
teeny, or maybe no. It says Beanie.
crazy what's just going
Oh,
on every single
Beanie original baby. Okay, so it's an original Beanie Baby.
Extremists exploit a loophole
There's his.
in social moderation.
There's his tag.
Now they're saying that podcasts are not as easy.
All right.
The algorithm.
I don't know what.
Hate speech.
September 3rd, 1996. I don't know what's valuable about him.
We give you the next one. Let them say whatever
But-
they want on these podcasts. You can't have that.
Oh.
Have that.
Apparently there's
Facebook official
an error
AT&T
here
and others
somewhere.
to the platform, OAN, and Newsmax.
I don't know what it
We
is,
talked about creating a problem.
but you saw the tag. You see the tag because I'm posting it there for you.
This is not what Americans do. This is
So
just
you
not
see his name
what we
tag,
do.
Claude,
Twitter says,
1996.
if you were searching for
I
the
don't know. I've seen a whole bunch of them for $30,000 on eBay.
A bug in the system prevented you from
He's
finding
gonna
that story.
he's gonna die. Oh, there's one with a flower on it. I'm gonna burn it too.
Accessories and protective equipment.
That one's name is
Imagine now.
Princess.
14th Amendment should be a consideration.
1997.
Lowe's hotels have canceled Senator
Okay.
John's Florida fundraiser.
Yeah.
The president of
Let's see what this
Mexico
tag says.
compares social media censorship in the U.S. to the Spanish
Beanie Babies
Inquisition.
collection. Oh, Princess of Wales. This is Princess Diana doll.
The answer is no.
Oh, it's going to be a shame to burn that.
And an attack
Gonna
on
be a
a
shame to burn
demonstration
that.
at the Florida Capitol. It's not
Well,
going to matter.
people do what they do.